Oh, were you expecting me to talk? Were you laboring under the delusion that somehow my words would improve upon the silence? I can assure you that they will not. In fact, they'll probably only muddy the waters. But maybe that's what you need right now is muddy waters, not the guitarist. Just the confusion, the mix up, the juice. Is that what you're looking for? The juice? You want something new, something exciting, something dramatic? I would suspect that a goodly number of you have gone to many other workshops and seminars and lectures, and you've sat around and talked about non duality and over wine and cheese and talked incessantly, and you've meditated and you've chanted and you've become a vegetarian or a vegan, you fasted, gone to all these different gurus that pass on through your neighborhood. Maybe you've gone to India and spent months over there at some ashram. And you're still looking, you're still wanting something other than what you have. You're relatively certain that perhaps you've had some awakenings, some moments of clarity. But those moments have dissipated. They've become less so, less remembering them. But they're in the past. And every once in a while you can talk about them and remember them fondly, saying, boy, I remember I had this great awakening back then. It was in 1989. Never forget it. Changed my life. Did it really? Are you improved now as a result of this? Are you somebody special, different, unique? Where do you see yourself on some ladder of enlightenment? There you are, clinging and clutching to some rung. And below you, you can see your friends, perhaps. People who haven't maybe paid as much blood, sweat, and tears to get where you are. They haven't done the work. And then further on below that ladder, further on down the rungs, you see other people. Maybe members of your distant family, uh, relatives who maybe are not spiritual at all. And way down there, even deeper, you can see, gosh, it looks like there's Hitler down there, and there's Pol Pot, and there's Gaddafi, and Stalin, all those people who are far, far down the ladder. And here you are, clinging to exactly where you're at. Hard won, hard fought, and there you are. And every once in a while, you can look up and go, wow, there's people like Gangaji and Adyashanti and Eli, maybe, and Jeff Foster and Deepak Chopra and whoever else you want to put up there. But these people seem to know something that you don't. They seem to have the answer. They're quick talkers and quick thinkers, and they radiate and ooze stillness and quietude. And you buy into it, and you go, wow, that's really something. I really want that. That really is sound cool. And then you look even above them, way, way, way on up there, and you see, well, there's the Buddha, and there's the Christ, and there's Lao Tzu, and there's Nisargadatta Maharaj, and there's Ramana Maharshi, and all of these wonderful spiritual luminaries, and they're out there and up there. And you're thinking, wow, maybe I'll be able to go up a few more rungs. Maybe I'll actually get on up there at some time. So that's the paradigm, that's the model you have in your mind. And your struggle then is to move from what you are considering to be a not okay place. This place is not okay. I mean, it's not as okay as up there. That's where the action really is, up there. And it certainly isn't down there where those other Stalin and Hitler are. That's not okay. My place is not okay because I want something different. I want to be awakened. I want to be enlightened. The problem is with that, waiting for enlightenment, you're waiting for a bus that's not going to show up. Why would I say that? Because you cannot get there from here. You can't get there from here. You can only get here from here. If that awakening, if that enlightenment that you're waiting for is not fully present in this moment, exactly where you're at, it will never show up for you. It's always out there around the corner, round the bend of the river. It's a funny thing about that. If you have a mindset that says it's around the corner, you're always going to be noticing that there are more corners. Or it's kind of like a cosmic onion where you peel it off a little at a time. Oh, there's always another layer, always another layer. And you want to be there when you wake up. You want to be a witness to your own awakening. And that is absolutely impossible. You cannot be there. In fact, no one will be there. No one can be there. You are sitting right now in paradise. You are sitting in the center of the most holy of holies. And you think it's not so. So you want to move away from what this is, what's so right now in this present moment, to a place where you think is better. How can you change from a place where you are never at? You are never in a place that's not okay, that's imperfect, that's unenlightened, that's unawakened. You've never been in a place like that. But you look at where you're at and say, this is not what enlightenment looks like. I know what enlightenment looks like. It doesn't look like me. It doesn't look like what I think. I do not think enlightening thoughts. I don't think things that are thought of by Buddha and Christ. My feelings are not enlightened feelings. My feelings are filled with anger and rage and fear and sadness, and these are not enlightened feelings. I know what enlightened feelings look like. They certainly don't look like the feelings that I have. So my thoughts are not enlightened. My feelings are not enlightened. My words, certainly not enlightened. Sometimes I get petty and mean, and I say evil things, and I'm crude and rude. Those are not enlightened words. I know what enlightened words sound like, not like mine. And the actions that I do, they are in no way, shape, or form even close to being enlightened. I do not act like an enlightened being. I know what an enlightened being would act like, and he certainly wouldn't act like me. Not at all. Are you so sure? Is that really the case? Maybe you are looking at life through Buddha's eyes. Maybe you are hearing sounds through Buddha's ears. Maybe your words are being spoken by the Buddha. Maybe the actions that you're doing are Buddha's actions. If there is only one undivided, indivisible whole, if there's a seamlessness about life, and everything is quintessentially only one, then what part are you pointing at that's not okay? What part are you looking at and saying that part is not enlightened? That part is not awake. You are fighting for your own limitations, and there are no limitations. You're trying to get to a place that you've never actually ever left. You've always been awake. You've always been enlightened. You've always been perfect exactly as you are.